Attention, please. Here's something I bet you didn't know. Not all supplements are created equal. At HealthSpan, our omega-3 oil is sustainably sourced from the South Pacific Ocean. We find our turmeric on the southern slopes of India. And our cod liver oil comes from the cold, crisp seas of Greenland. We work hard to seek out the best ingredients for all our supplements because that's the HealthSpan way. We're healthspan.co.uk. Vitamins and supplements in-store or direct to your door.
SIM-only plans? There are always so many tempting options. So you jump headfirst into a long contract, which keeps you locked in for 12 months.
Somebody let me out!
At Lebara, we offer great value plans and total flexibility. You can get 10 gigs of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 a month. And you can change or cancel anytime.
Now I feel free!
Buy now at lebara.co.uk.
Are they about to triple their gold medal total tonight? It's an all-British podium on home soil. A stunning swim.
It's a second and a half quicker than anybody else in the world.
The youngster from Great Britain getting roared home by this partisan crowd.
Well, welcome everyone back to the Aberdeen Sports Village here in the northeast of Scotland. We are here for day 3 of the City Paraswimming World Series, incorporating the British Paraswimming Meet. Live from the Aberdeen Aquatics Centre, and looking forward to another great day of action. We've had 2 days of action so far. We've crowned 14 World Series champions already. Some of them have had double titles already this week. We saw Maisie Summers-Newton do the double in the 2 events that she won the Paralympic gold medals in, and she is back in again today in the 400 metres freestyle. We start off with the 50 metres butterfly for women and men, and after that it's distance freestyle all the way. The women's 400, the men's 400, and the women's and men's 200 freestyles as well. Number of these champions coming back today for another crack at another World Para Series title. Watch out for Tanya Schultz. She set a world record on day 1 in the 100 freestyle in the S4 class. She's back again in the 200, so we'll keep a close eye on her. But it's not only her to look out for, lots and lots of action for us to enjoy this morning. British British Swimming would like to thank our official partners, Labara and Up and Go, our official suppliers, Healthspan and SOS, and hosts, Aberdeen City Council, for their support of this event. So our officials are all ready to go behind the lanes, and I'd like to introduce you to our lead officials for day 3. We have the technical delegate, Tony Ward. Assistant technical delegate, Dave Metcalf. Referee for the men's event, Sue Barker. Referee for the women's event, Dave Harmon. In the control room, Roger Pryor. Starter for the men's events, Jerry Metcalf. And starter for the women's events, Elizabeth Fitzsimmons. Thank you very much, officials. We are just about a minute out from our starting event of day 3 of this City Para Swimming World Series meet, incorporating the British Para Swimming meet. Time just ticking over at 9:29 local time here in the UK. So hopefully everyone here in the venue and everyone listening on the live stream will enjoy the action. We're about to get underway just under a minute's time. Please welcome the swimmers for the 50 meters butterfly for women. There's your start list, heat 1 of the 1 heat in this 50 meters butterfly this morning. Just the one for the women, 1 heat for the men, but this is the first event of the morning, women's 50 meters butterfly. Well, the swimmers in this one and only heat. Closest to us in lane 1, Daniel Kisser, Canada. Colleen Cloetta of Canada in 2. Ellie Chalice goes in 3 for Great Britain. Miriam Solomon, Canada in 4. Leah O'Connell from Great Britain in 5. Nicole Turner in 6 from Ireland. And Danielle Doris well ahead of the field there in lane 7. The world record holder, Paralympic champion from Canada in the S7 class. And just keep an eye on this swim. 32.99 was her swim when she won in Tokyo, and that is going to be a big points total for Danielle Doris. Nicole Turner and Leah O'Connell coming in together. Leah O'Connell just getting the touch, but she is one classification up from Nicole Turner, who won the silver medal in this event in Tokyo. The Irish swimmer. A very close contest between those two in the middle. Of course, the times for these swimmers compared against the classification world record, and we've got a points total. Good swim there in terms of points for Ellie Chalice. Just over the 1 minute mark for the S3 swimmer. She's the one with the lowest numerical classification, but in terms of points, she has one of the highest totals. We'll just wait for confirmation of that. A very good swim at the front, though, from Danielle Doris. Paralympic champion, as I said, world record holder, 32.99. We do have a confirmed result for that first heat. It is the Paralympic champion from Canada who tops the points totals. 919 points for the Canadian. Very big total there. Ellie Chalice in second place, 709. Just ahead of the Paralympic silver medalist, Nicole Turner, with 698. And the next heat we will see is the one and only heat of the men's 50 metres butterfly. Here are the swimmers, 6 swimmers taking the start. So Leo McCree from Switzerland, Paralympian for the Swiss team in Tokyo. He goes in lane 2. He's in the S6 class. 2 swimmers in the S4 class, and that's Harvey Phillips and Javi Torres in 3 and 4. And 3 S6s in 5, 6 and 7. Fabian Brunner, Bruce D and Sebastian Williams, who is leading them at the moment. He's just ahead of Leo McCree. It's very, very tight coming into the closing stages here. Sebastian Williams going really well, the Mount Kelly swimmer. In lane number 7, he's going to be in first, I think. Yes, 37.23. Leo McCree in 39 point. And Bruce D just gets the touch over Fabian Brunner there, the German swimmer, in 4th position. But here comes Javi Torres. He's ahead of Harvey Phillips. Javi Torres, winner of that World Series title last night. He's looking to add another one. 56.46 for the 7-time Paralympian from Spain. Really experienced campaigner next to the young man from Great Britain, Harvey Phillips, who comes in 108.30. Very close in terms of points there, but with the exception of Sebastian Williams, who had a great swim there. 517 points for the Mount Kelly swimmer. Leo McCree in 2nd position. Javi Torres in 3rd place, but an experienced man from Spain. We've seen him just ease back a bit in the heats and go a little bit faster in the final. Wonder what he's got in the tank for tonight. The next event is the women's 400 meters freestyle. There are 3 heats. This is heat 1. 400 freestyle for women, 3 heats. Remember, as we've had over the first couple of days of competition, the swimmers, multi-class swimmers, of course, number of classes in the same race here, trying to aim for the world record time for their particular classification. That'll earn them 1,000 points, and if you the highest number of points totals will progress to the World Para Series finals this evening. Also a national final as well for the GB swimmers to aim for. So we'll see a few of the GB swimmers back again tonight for another swim. In this one though, again, as I said, range of classifications, range of countries represented here. Chiawa Brady for Ireland. He goes in lane number 1. Back in the water again. We've seen her a few times. It's been a quick turnaround for Nicole Turner in lane number 2. We just saw her, well, just seemed like a few minutes ago in the 50 metres butterfly. She's back in again for Ireland. She is the lowest numerical classification in this one, and she's in the S6 classification as they go over the 100 mark. In lane 3, Alexandra Mikhailova. Looks like she has a bit of a lead in the early stages there. The Russian swimmer swimming in the S10 classification. Maisie Catt in 4, Elizabeth Foster in 5 from Richmond Dale and Haven at Waterlooville, respectively. They're both in the S7 class. Samantha Lewis from Satellite goes in lane 6, and Scarlett Humphrey goes in lane 7. Scarlett Humphrey right up there, furthest away from us as we look at this in the poolside and on the live stream as well. Right at the top, Scarlett Humphrey, what a day she had yesterday, setting a new British record in the backstroke. It was an excellent swim, a record that stood since 1996 to Janice Burton, who's a multi-medalled Paralympian. In fact, she's won the most medals of any British Paralympic swimmer, Janice Burton. So a great scout for Scarlett Humphrey to take yesterday in that backstroke. She swims in the S11 class. She'll be wearing blacked out goggles. She has no vision at all. And you'll see the tappers at each end of the pool. Times for these swimmers. Well, no times for Mikhailova being registered. There's Scarlett Humphrey there with that blue cap with the white stripes. Scarlett Humphrey, entry time 6:25.80. No time for Alexandra Mikhailova. And no time for the 2 Irish swimmers as well. But Mikhailova going along very nicely in the S10 class, as I said. A few countries being represented here in this Aberdeen World Series event. A couple of Russian swimmers as well, big German contingent, a few Spanish swimmers, the Canadian contingent as well. Of course, a number of the swimmers building towards the major championships in the summer. World Championships set to be held in Madeira in June. And also the Commonwealth Games for the Commonwealth countries. So the Great Britain, the United Kingdom countries, they split. England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland to compete in the Commonwealth Games. Canada will be there as well. Sure will be a big presence from Australia. So a number of swimmers trying to claim their places on their Commonwealth Games team as well this weekend. Right, here's the Russian, Alexandra Mikhailova. It's coming down now, the clock just ticking over around about 4:30 as she goes over there, 4:29.36. We've got 100 to go. Nicole Turner just ramping it up a little bit, the Irish swimmer. I've seen her go over distance events before, more 200 metres individual medley for Nicole Turner. But she's a competitor. She's competed well on the international stage. Many world and European medals for Nicole Turner, and that Paralympic medal last year. Oh, it's just an excellent achievement. She completed the set of the medals that she's won in the 50 metres butterfly event. Nicole Turner really coming on strong at the end here. She's recovered from her 50 butterfly swim earlier, and she's pulling back on Scarlett Humphrey. Scarlett Humphrey again, just continuing to improve. The two Humphrey sisters, you see them improve their entry times time after time here. So we'll keep an eye on that time that she's done. 6:25.80 was her entry time. Nikolova, wow, she swum this pretty steadily. I think the Russian swimmer, she's in the S10 class, swimmer with a minimal impairment. And they're 1 to 10, those with a physical impairment. 1 being the most impaired and 10 being the least impaired. And Nikolova is going to bring this one home just over the 6-minute mark, 6:02.25. Looks like it's going to be another good time for Scarlett Humphrey. Yes, 6:08.18. Scarlett Humphrey, big improvement on her entry time of some 17 seconds. The Humphrey sisters really knocking off the times this weekend. Nicole Turner is in now, 6:14. And as the lowest numerical classification, I expect that is going to be the highest points total for Nicole Turner. 538 points, it says on the scoreboard. So a few swimmers still in the water now. It looks like it's that Samantha Lewis from Satellite is going to be next in. Samantha Lewis coming in there, 7:04.53. Strong finish there from Maisie Catt, 7:16 for her, and a big improvement on her entry time as well. So that's good to see. Maisie Catt, one of the youngest swimmers here at this event. And she's had a good morning's work, 7:16.15 for Maisie Catt, and that entry time of 7:36. So she can be quite pleased with that. So the swimmers exit the water. And wait for confirmation of the result. Of course, the blacked out goggles of Scarlett Humphrey will have to be checked. She is in the S11 class. And once they're checked, the result can be confirmed. But another good swim from Northampton swimmer representing GB, Scarlett Humphrey. Very good again, 6:08.18 for her. And there is Nicole Turner, top of the tree, 538 points. Scarlett Humphrey next on 5:11. And Alexandra Mikhailova was third, 3:87. Now move on to heat number 2. So it looks like a full field for heat number 2. We have Fern Snedden from Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, right down there in lane 0. Abigail Wickens from Flitwick, she goes in lane 1. Madeline Harris from Elmbridge goes in lane number 2. Second of the Humphrey sisters, Liza Humphrey, she goes in lane number 3. She'll be chasing the time of her sister from that previous heat, I'm sure. Rachel Partington from Alsager, she goes in lane number 4. Astrid Carroll from Borough of Kirklees goes in 5. Katie Pake from Carnegie goes in 6. Charlotte Hyde from Great Britain goes in 7. Next to another 2 British swimmers in the outside lanes. Megan Willis in 8, who leads them through at the moment, and Eva French in lane number 9. Again, a range of classifications here, ranging from Astrid Carroll in the S13 classification, swimmers with a visual impairment, down to Rachel Partington in lane 4, and also Fern Snedden as well in lane 0, will swim in the S6 class. And Fern Snedden, especially, I think, has made some big improvements at this World Series meet, so watch out for her down there in lane 0. Eliza Humphrey going along very nicely as well in the centre. We'll see her with the tappers as well, just below those yellow lane markers there, closest to us. But in the 2 outside lanes, Megan Willis and Eva French look like they are leading them through. Both with entry times in the 5:20 range. So we'll see how they're standing when they come down to the halfway point. Megan Willis in good shape at the moment. Going along very nicely as they come to the halfway. Her entry time was 5:28.75. She's going over there, well, certainly in contention to be inside that 5:28, you would think. If she can continue this pace, she's gone away from Eva French. Charlotte Hyde coming back now on Eva French. Astrid Carroll, the youngest in the field. Just be 13 years of age this year. And she's had a couple of good swims as well. The S13 swimmer going in lane 5, the top of those 2 yellow lane markers. Astrid Carroll lying in 4th position. 5th place is another youngster, Katie Pake from Carnegie, who's had a couple of good swims as well over the first couple of days. She's just about level with Eliza Humphrey, I think, as they go into that turn at the top end. But Megan Willis is coming down to the bottom end here. She's going to be going over the 300 mark with a big lead. A little bit of a contest going on between Charlotte Hyde and Eva French as well. Charlotte Hyde, an S7 swimmer, so expect the points totals for her to be a lot higher than Eva French if they finish this far apart when they come down to this end the next time. Just half a second in it there. See the good turn there from Eva French, using that power off the wall just to pull her away, but Charlotte Hyde fighting hard here. Will try and come back. Megan Willis is away and clear. It's been a good swim from Megan Willis. When it comes to this final turn. Megan Willis with 5:28.75 is the target for her. The clock just ticking over around about the 5-minute mark. She has about 30 seconds or so to do this final 25-30 metres. Megan Willis has swum this really well. He led from the start ahead of Eva French. Eva French went with her in the early stages, but Megan Willis really pulled away. And she comes in to the finish now, and it is going to be a good time for her. 5:22.57, a 6-second improvement. Excellent swim there from Megan Willis. Eva French is going to hold off the challenge of Charlotte Hyde. Charlotte Hyde will get the higher number of points totals there. 700 points, that is, for Charlotte Hyde. That's an excellent swim from her. Pleased with that one. Astrid Carroll is in here in 4th position. And we'll just check the time of Eliza Humphrey. And if she can get faster than her sister. Her sister went 6:08.18. It's going to be very close for Eliza. Yeah, she does it, 6:04.68. So bragging rights for Eliza Humphrey this time in the 400. She's a few seconds faster than her sister. And the final swimmer to finish is Rachel Partington, the S6 swimmer. So as it stands, it looks like it could be Charlotte Hyde will take the honours in this one. 700 points. A few swimmers in the 500-point range. Megan Willis, Fern Snedden, and Eliza Humphrey. Don't think Rachel Partington is going to challenge those top point scores. So in comes Rachel Partington from Alsager to complete the distance in that time of 7:01.40. So the results again will be confirmed as the goggles are checked. That was a good swim at the front of the field there. Megan Willis did really well. 548 points for her as it stands. Charlotte Hyde was the best in terms of the points total. 700 points for the Great Britain swimmer Charlotte Hyde. And Eliza Humphrey will be pleased to get in front of her sister who swam in that previous heat. We may well see them back again tonight in the World Series final. It all depends on the result of this next heat. Result is confirmed. Charlotte Hyde confirmed 700 points on top spot. Megan Willis in second, 548. Fern Snedden in third. Eliza Humphrey in fourth. So again, a range of classes in this third heat of the 400 freestyle for women. Maisie Summers-Newton goes in 0, trying to claim another World Para Series title here. She's in the S6 classification. Two swimmers in the S10 class, Rebecca Lewis and Amber Haycock in 1 and 2. Ireland's Amy Sheridan goes in lane number 3, swims in the S9 class. Ariana Hunsaker, a good swim in the 100. She goes in lane number 4. She started well. The Canadian in the centre of the pool there. Mira Yini Mak from Germany. This 8 swimmer goes in lane number 5. Mahia Zudara Barezzo, European Championship medalist from Spain. He goes in lane number 6. Right up there at the top. Well, close contest in the early stages between the 3 swimmers in 7, 8 and 9. Roisin Nirian from Ireland in 7, Tony Shaw in 8 from Great Britain, and Zara Maluli from Great Britain in lane number 9. Well, all these swimmers, different classifications. Roisin Nirian, visually impaired swimmer in the S13 class. Tony Shaw in the S9 class, and Zara Maluli in the S10 class. All 3 swimmers swam in the Tokyo Paralympic Games. Tony Shaw took a bronze medal in this event. It was the first medal for the GB team in the pool. And she took it in one of the opening days of competition in that pool. Roisin Rian, though, has been on fire this past couple of days. She actually shared the World Para Series title with Hannah Russell. They had the same points total in the 100 back yesterday. Looking to add another title to her, the Irish swimmer really burst on the scene. Well, the first I heard of her was really during the lockdown, based in Limerick. And she really come to the fore. The delay of the Paralympic Games in Tokyo really worked to her advantage. She made the Irish team. And she just seems to have gone from strength to strength since then. She's stretching away from Tony Shaw and Zara Maluli. Zara Maluli, the British record holder in the S10 class. Also a medalist at the big championships as well. Medalist at the World Championships back in 2019. And it's a good race for these three. Looking at, well, Tony Shaw's entry time, for example, is just under the 4:40 mark. Roisin Rian's just over the 4:40 mark. We're going down to the 300 here. Roisin Rian takes them through in 3:35.77, looking very strong. Tony Shaw just with the edge over Zara Maluli. These three should be comfortably into the World Para Series final, you would think. Two swimmers in the centre of the pool, battling it out for fourth position. It's Ariane Hunsaker and Naha Zodari Barezzo. Watch out also for Maisie Summers-Newton. Keep an eye on Maisie in lane 0 because she is the lowest numerical class here in lane 6, so maybe a big points total might be on the cards for Maisie Summers-Newton. Well, as we're coming down to the closing stages for the leaders. Very strong finish indeed from Roisin Rian from Ireland, pulling away from the two GB swimmers, and that time of 4:46.33 for the Irish swimmer, and the two GB swimmers just over the 4:50 mark. Very, very close in terms of points. 749 points for Zara Maluli, 745 for Roisin Rian, and 744 for Tony Shaw. Very tight indeed. Zodari Barezzo in fourth position, just ahead of Hunsaker. And keep an eye on Maisie Summers-Newton here. Can she challenge the times? Maisie just in lane 0, coming through in these closing stages here. Could be a big points total for her. She's going to challenge that leading points total, 749. Oh, she just about did. 748 for Maisie Summers-Newton. So everyone packed together in terms of points. Wow. Great race at the front of the field, and a great race in terms of points there. Absolutely together. Everybody in the top 4, within a few points of each other there. 749 for Zara Maluli, Maisie Summers-Newton 748, Roisin Rian 745, and Tony Shaw 744. Well, in terms of points, that's going to be a cracking final. And there's a summary of all the heats. Top 4 in that final heat in the top 4 positions, and Charlotte Hyde also in the 700-point range. The next event is the men's 400 meters freestyle. the first of the 3 heats of this men's 400 freestyle. And we have in lane number 1, Alexander Hobbs from Mount Kelly. He goes next to Bruce D. Goes in lane number 2 from Northampton. No swimmer in lane 3. We do have Akash Das from Oswald Street in lane 4. Sebastian Williams in lane number 5. Jacob Wood in 6. And Nathan Brown in lane number 7. Again, as we've seen the seedings in these heats, they stretch from the slowest swimmer in the heat in lane 0 right through to the fastest in lane number 9. This one probably not following the form book at the moment. Everyone kind of all over the place really in terms of position in these early stages. Jacob Wood looks like he's going to lead them through. This 9 swimmer next to Nathan Brown from Griffield. These two with the entry times of 5:47 and 5:46, so well matched in terms of entry times. Looks like they're well matched at the moment in the early stages of this one. Akash Das in lane number 4, just ahead of Sebastian Williams. Goes in lane number 5. You've seen them in the pool a few times already in the last couple of days. And Jacob Wood is coming into the turn now. In fact, sorry, Alexander Hobbs coming into the turn now. That's swimming on his back. It's freestyle, I suppose. So you can employ whatever stroke you like in this 400 freestyle. Alexander Hobbs ahead of Bruce D from Northampton. So coming back on Akash Das as well in that centre lane, but the leading 2 are away, Jacob Wood and Nathan Brown. They come down to halfway point, 47.60, 248.86. Nathan Brown can't really let Jacob Wood get too far ahead. And not to get detached there from these two. They're really pacing each other well. And the 2 swimmers now employing backstroke here in the second half of this 400. Akash Das and Alexander Hobbs. Sebastian Williams going along nicely in lane number 5 as well. As the 2 leading swimmers go over almost together, 5/100ths of a second separating those 2, Jacob Wood and Nathan Brown. Young field in this first heat of the 400 freestyle. Seen some really young swimmers in the previous heats this morning already. And Jacob Wood and Nathan Brown, 16 and 17 years of age at the moment. Quite a few of the young British swimmers trying to make an impression here at these championships. We've seen it in the past. A number of the great Paralympians have started right here in these national competitions, beginning to come to the fore. And if anyone is going to continue to come through. It's going to be a good contest though. Jacob Wood and Nathan Brown. Pacing each other well. We could be in for a good final length here. Entry times for both of them, 5:47 and 5:46. So they've got to come back. Well, about 45 seconds that time at the top there, 5:02 and 5:03. So what have the two swimmers got left in the tank in this closing stages here? Looks like Jacob Wood might just take that one, but has Nathan Brown got something left up his sleeve for the final few meters here? Really trying to get back on terms, Jacob Wood, but in fact Nathan Brown, sorry, but Jacob Wood is going to hold him off. Jacob Wood coming in lane number 6 now, and he's going to take that one, 5:42.42. So an improvement for him for 5 seconds. Also an improvement for Nathan Brown. A couple of seconds there. It was a good contest between those two. They paced each other well, and they got their better times than their entry time. So be pleased with that. 3 swimmers all coming in together here. Sebastian Williams trying to make a late dash here to try and overtake Akash Das, but it is Akash Das who takes the touch. Sebastian Williams in next, and Alexander Hobbs in 5th position. Bruce D, the final swimmer to finish, coming in now in lane number 2. And there's the results in terms of points. It is Sebastian Williams, 4.57 ahead of Bruce D, and Jacob Wood in 3rd. Move on now to heat number 2. Well, heat 2 of the men's 4-round freestyle. Owen Say goes in lane 0 from Nova Centurion. Matthew Davis from Romsey Totten goes in lane number 1. Ethan Naisbitt from City of Manchester Aquatic goes in 2. Benny Romberg from Kingston Royals in 3. Luke Boyles from Bournemouth College in 4. Sam Downey from East Lothian goes in lane number 5. Felix Cowan from Canada goes in 6. Luke Batty from Bolton Metro in 7. Balthazar Bradshaw from Brompton in 8. And Zach Sturgis from Bournemouth goes in lane number 9. Good swim in the early stages here from Luke Batty. He's going to lead them through 107.06 for the S9 swimmer. Balthazar Bradshaw following Luke Batty. Luke Batty stretching away here. I think I saw on the pro side that Luke Batty, coached by British record holder in the 100 butterfly for the S8 class, Richard Howard. Good to see some of these previous GB athletes involved in the coaching setup here. Luke Batty going really well over this last weekend. A Bolton Metro swimmer in the S9 class, one of 3 S9s in this one. Matthew Davis and Ethan Nesbitt, the other 2. Over in lane 1 and 2. And goes over there in 2:22.44. So, good pace in the early stages here. We're going to try and dip under the 5-minute mark, I think. Luke Batty, Felix Cowan, one line down, the Canadian, the only non-British swimmer in this one. In line number 6, Luke Batty. He's looking good. Balthazar Bradshaw still in touch here. We'll just keep an eye on the gap here between Balthazar Bradshaw and Luke Batty to see if it's closing at all. So it's still like a pretty healthy gap there of somewhere around about 4 seconds as they go over that top turn. And if Balthazar Bradshaw looks like he's going to make a move, then he's going to have to do it quickly because they're coming up to the 300 mark here. He's going to run out of distance because Luke Batty, he's looking very good so far. Let's say just keep an eye on that gap between the two. It's almost exactly 4 seconds as they went over that top turn. Introduced to 3 now, Balthazar Bradshaw. He's got 2 lengths left and he's really making a bid for this one. Luke Batty is breathing in the other direction. He won't be able to see Balthazar Bradshaw as they go up to the top end. You won't be able to see him when they turn, but Luke Batty really feeling the pace. Feeling that early pace that he stretched out ahead of the field. Balthazar Bradshaw looks like he just might overtake Luke Batty here. Zach Sturgis coming through strongly as well. The other S10 swimmer in the outside lane. I wonder if Luke Batty can respond here. You'll be able to see Balthazar Bradshaw now. And Luke Batty has responded in the early stages of this final length here. It's going to be a good contest in this 400. Balthazar Bradshaw and Luke Batty, they're breathing towards each other. It's eyeball to eyeball here as they go down this final stages. Luke Batty, well, he was able to find something, but has Balthazar Bradshaw got something in the tank as well? What a finish this would be. Luke Batty stretches for it, and he does take it. 4:51.66. Excellent time for Luke Batty. Balthazar Bradshaw, what a great comeback that was to take second position. I thought he was going to overtake Luke Batty, but Luke Batty just about had enough there in the closing stages. Zach Sturgis in 3rd spot. Just couldn't quite get on level terms with the leading 2. Sam Downey finishes as well with the big points total, the East Lothian swimmer in 5:05.30. And the final swimmers coming in, Ethan Naisbitt and Penny Romberg are the final 2. So as Ethan Naisbitt completes the distance, we'll wait for confirmation of that result, but what a good race it was. Luke Batty, the long-time leader, thought he was going to be overtaken by Balthazar Bradshaw. He managed to kick again in the closing stages just to hold off the challenge. And the result is confirmed, and in terms of points, Luke Batty takes that one, 629 points. Sam Downey it was in 2nd with 615, and Felix Cowan in 3rd with 572. That was Heat 2. We now move on to Heat 3. So the 3rd and final heat of this men's 400 freestyle. We have Zach Zona from Canada in lane 0, Jan Schreiber from Germany in lane 1, Michael Jones from Great Britain, he goes in lane number 2. Lauren Mativalta from Germany in 3. Inigo Lopez Sanz from Spain in 4. Kieran Williams goes in 6 for Great Britain. Barry McClements from Ireland in 7. Oliver Carter from Great Britain in lane number 8. And Justin Capps from Germany goes in lane 9. So a few S10 swimmers in this one. Justin Capps and Ollie Carter in 9 and 8. And Kieran Williams as well in 7. They're all S10 swimmers. Barry McClements in the midst of them there. The Irish swimmer. Again, another one who's trying to make it to the Commonwealth Games for his country. It'll be Northern Ireland he represents. He represented them in the Gold Coast in 2018, hoping to go to another Commonwealth Games. Ollie Carter as well, the Scot, hoping to try and challenge for his place in that Commonwealth Games team as well. He's going along just behind Justin Capps in the early stages. These 4 swimmers fastest into this one, but we'll keep an eye on the points totals for the other swimmers just closest to us. Inigo Lopez Sanz from Spain, medalist on the international stage, European bronze medalist in this event in the S8 class, so watch out for his points total. And also in lane number 2, Mikey Jones, the Paralympic champion in the S7 class in this 400 freestyle in Rio in 2016. So expect a big points total from Mikey Jones, another one who trying to make the Commonwealth Games for the English team. Not an event, this one, the 400. I think it's the 50 freestyle that Mikey Jones is targeting. But traditionally, the 400 was always the most successful event. We'll keep an eye on his points total. We'll keep an eye on the leading 2. It's Oliver Carter and Justin Capps. Justin Capps was a Paralympic finalist in this event, finishing in 7th position in Tokyo. So Ollie Carter's in good company there as they go over at the 300 mark. Only half a second behind. Ollie Carter has been smashing Scottish records, great regularity in the S10 class over the past few years. He's moved into the GB squads now. Really looking strong, Ollie Carter. He's against one of the Paralympic finalists here from Germany, and he's given him a very good contest indeed as they come onto this final turn here. So Ollie Carter and Justin Capps just separated now right by about 0.2 of a second, and Ollie Carter really digging in well here. Entry time for Ollie Carter 4:19, entry time for Justin Capps 4:15. Both of these swimmers hoping to obviously clinch their place in that World Series final tonight. Ollie Carter will be happy enough to get in ahead of the German in the heats this morning. A time of 4:21.18 for Carter and 4:22.61 for Capps. Kieran Williams coming in just now. 629 points for Kieran Williams. Inigo Lopez Sanz just about to finish here, 741 points, so he ties the points total of Justin Capps there. Let's have a look at Mikey Jones to see what kind of points total he can post. 734 points, so again, very close. Everyone in kind of that mid-700 range. The main people we said to keep an eye on didn't disappoint. Ollie Carter looks like he is top, 753. 2 swimmers on 741. Inigo Lopez Sanz and Justin Capps, and Mikey Jones 734 in 4th spot. is the summary of all the heats, and well, the swimmers in that final heat featuring very strongly there. Oliver Carter, fastest, and well, biggest points total, I should say, into that World Para Series final. There's the next 10 and the final 5. Next event is the women's 200 meters freestyle. So line up for the first of the 2 heats of the 200 freestyle. So a number of different classifications. The 200 freestyle is contested at international level for S1 to S5 and also the S14 class. So a range here of the classifications. We have 3 in the S14 class. That's Caitlin Trevor in lane 4, Keris McCrindle in lane 6, and Ellen Stevenson in lane 7. We've 1 in the S5 class. That's Clemence Paré from Canada, goes in lane 3, and 2 German swimmers in the S4 classification, Tanja Schultz and Gina Butcher. Tanja Schultz, of course, set that world record on day 1 in the 100 freestyle in the S4 classification. And she's looking very, very good in the early stages here. Tanja Schultz just stretching away in those early stages here. I'll just keep an eye on that time. .127.65. The world record she set was 125. That's a very, very good, very, very fast 100 there. At the start of this 200. She just about on pace for another world record swim here. We'll keep a close eye on Tanja Schultz's time. The world record held by Monica Borgioni of Italy, 257.95. Keep an eye on that one as Tanja Schultz comes in to her final turn here. A German swimmer. Heard she was a member of the German junior national team before she had an accident, so she's got some swimming background here, coming into para swimming just not too long ago, and she's really making an impact here. Tanja Schultz, 2:15.85. We'll really have to keep a close eye on this one. In second place, Ellen Stevenson, going along nicely. My third place, Gina Butcher. But Tanja Schultz, can she bring this one home here? 2:57.95. Got about 20 seconds or so to go to get inside that world record time. Just missed it in the heats in the 100. She managed to clinch it in the final. Is she going to do it in the heats here today? I think the time might just slip by for her in the heats. Yeah, time just slipping around about the 3-minute mark, but it's going to be an excellent time. It's going to be an excellent points total, that's for sure. There we go, 902 points for the German, Tanja Schultz. Another great swim from her. Ellen Stevenson for Richmond Dale. She touches in lane number 7. Gina Butcher, big points total for her as well. The 2 Germans in the same classification. 749 points for Gina Butcher. Keris McCrindle as well. finishes in 3:24. Clemens Paré 3:15. As she goes over that top end, she's still got another 25 metres to go for the Canadian. Caitlin Trevor is finished for Kingston Royals, 3:39.41 for Caitlin. Clemens Paré coming into the final 10 metres now, the Canadian. Didn't have an entry time for Clemence, so this will set her target for swims to come, and she finishes in 4:15.44. Another excellent swim there by Tanya Schultz. She was first to the wall. She was the highest points total. 749 points for the second place finisher, which was Gina Butcher from Germany. Trying to add another title to two that she's won already in the first couple of days. Well, there is the confirmed result, and we see that Gina Butcher is top there at 749 points. She's been given first place. Clemence Paré in second, 267 points. To move on to heat number 2. Well, it's 14 swimmers all the way in this final heat. Kerry Spencer-Scott goes in 0. Amy McFarlane in 1. Abigail Daly in 2. Fern Ioanu in 3. Georgia Sheffield in 4. Megan Neve goes in 5. Poppy Maskell goes in 6. Louise Fiddis in 7. Jessica Jane Applegate in 8. And Bethany Firth in lane number 9. Now, two main contenders you would think would be Jessica Jane Applegate and Bethany Firth, both Paralympic champions in this event. Jessica Jane won that title in London in 2012. Bethany Firth won in Rio in 2016. They were both medalists in Tokyo. Bronze for Jessica Jane, silver for Bethany Firth. They are leading, not having it all their own way though. Poppy Maskell in third, not too far behind. She's really been creeping up on the big names in this S14 class in recent times. We've seen her very well in the 100 freestyle. If she can just hold on to this 200. Louise Fiddis as well. Again, just coming up alongside Poppy Maskell here. Not a big two, Applegate and Firth going over together, 137.10. Both of them in the successful S14 British relay team that won gold in Tokyo, the mixed relay. Along with Rhys Dunn and Jordan Catchpole. Bethany Firth and Jessica Jane Applegate clinched that gold medal. Looks like they're going to clinch the top 2 spaces, but maybe not. Louise Fiddis can make a fast finish here. Looks like Jessica Jane Applegate is going to get in first there, and it will be Louise Fiddis, yeah, just getting the touch over Bethany Firth for second, with Poppy Maskell in third position. So 794 points for Jessica Jane, 786 for Louise Fiddis, and 777 for Bethany Firth. And as they stand, that is a higher points total than that first heat from Gina Butcher. swimmers coming in now. Abigail Daly. And a good contest between Amy McFarlane and Keris Venter-Scott here. To get that 9th position. The touch just going to Keris Venter-Scott, 252.91. A nice comfortable swim at the front of the field. From Jessica Jane Applegate, she takes that one, 794 points, ahead of Louise Fiddis and ahead of Bethany Firth. Summary of all the heats. We see the 3 S14s at the top as they finished in that final heat. Gina Butcher, the next one in, 749 points ahead of Poppy Maskell. Next event, men's 200 metres freestyle. So just 4 swimmers taking the start for this one. We have 1 swimmer in the S14 class, and that's Andrew Beharry. He's going in lane number 6, stretching away from the others, and as you would expect, entry time of 2:38, significantly faster than the other swimmers in this heat. The other swimmers, Lyndon Longhorn swims in the S4 classification, and Kirill Pulver and Kochur Ingvarsson, they swim in the S5 classification. So, I said physical impairment swimmers are S1 to 10. So the S4 swimmers generally affected in 3 or 4 of their limbs. Lyndon Longhorn in the centre is the British record holder in his classification. 3:25.07 was the time for Lyndon Longhorn when he set that British record. He's the lower classification of the 3 swimmers in the centre of the pool. As Andrew Beharry just goes over in first position. 2 more heats to come after this one, and they are all S14 swimmers in the 2 heats to come, so Andrew Beharry will be trying to set a target for those coming heats. Lyndon Longhorn having a good contest here over Kirill Pulver, the Russian swimmer. We saw the Russian swimmer actually swim very well in the backstroke yesterday. So no Javi Torres this time for Lyndon Longhorn to compete against. We saw Javi a little bit early on. Swimming in the butterfly. So Lyndon Longhorn's got 2 World Para Series titles to his name already. Going to try and add another one. Here's Andrew Beharry though. Swimmer from Blythe. Going down to the finish here. His entry time 2:38.30. Maybe pretty close to that. Not sure if he's going to get inside it. Just outside, I think. 2:40-ish. Yeah, 2:40.32 for Andrew Beharry. Kirill Pulver stretching away from Lyndon Longhorn now. In terms of points, because Kirill Pulver is 1 class up from Lyndon Longhorn, he's an S5 with Lyndon as an S4. Keep an eye on the points totals. Kirill Pulver finishes in 387 points, and it's 542 for Lyndon Longhorn. final swimmer of Tour Invarsson. He's in now in 306 points. That's waiting for confirmation. There we go. Lyndon Longhorn takes that one. 542 points. Kirill Pulver in second place with 387. And Andrew Bahari 344 in third. Move on now to heat number 2. No one in 0 or 1, but we do have Matthew Scott going in lane number 2, Gavin Roberts in 3, Dylan Blakely in lane 4, Owen Garsides in lane 5, Scott Quinn, winner of the breaststroke yesterday, he goes in lane number 6, Ria Rogers in 7, Aymeric Parmentier leading them through the first 50, he goes for Belgium in lane number 8. And Jack Milne goes in lane number 9 for Great Britain. Should be a close contest, this one. Jack Milne and Aymeric Parmentier leading them through. Belgian, an experienced campaigner, the Belgian. Been at a number of the major championships before. Just got the edge over Jack Milne here. One of the fastest 2 entry times making their way in here, both in the 208 range, 208.21 for Jack Milne, 208.40 for Aymeric Parmentier. And Belgium just maybe edging as they go into this final turn here, but Jack Milne's not finished yet by any means. Parmentier still has the lead, 137.59. Just behind him is Jack Milne. It's going to be a real close contest here. As they pass the red markers, 25 metres to go. The small red marker means 15 metres to go here. And Jack Milne and Aymeric Parmentier absolutely stroke for stroke with Jack Milne. And just down the road in Dundee, he is going to get in here with the touch. Very good stretch for the wall. Jack Milne takes it to 11.16 for him. With Parmentier to 11.31. So, no issues with the classifications this time. All the swimmers is 14. So Jack Milne will be the top points earner. Jack Milne does take that one, 629 points ahead of Aymeric Parmentier and Scott Quinn in third place. That was heat 2, this is heat 3.
Take your mark.
So, final heat. Tyson McDonald from Canada goes in lane 1. Joseph Greaves from Littlehampton goes... Tyson McDonald in lane 0, I should say. Joseph Greaves in lane 1. Cameron Byrne-Coombe goes in lane 3. Dylan Broom in 4. George Kelman-Johns in 5. Louis Lawler in 6. Jordan Catchpole in 7. Tom Hamer in lane number 8. Well, as I said earlier, Jordan Catchpole is a member of that Great Britain relay team that took gold in Tokyo. He goes in lane number 7. Tom Hamer outside him though. And Tom Hamer, very experienced campaigner in this 200 freestyle. Commonwealth Games champion in the 200 freestyle, set a world record, winning that Commonwealth Games gold back in 2018. Looking to try and go to Birmingham and retain that title. Tom Hamer looking really strong. Also going well, George Kelman-Johns as well in lane number 5, just heading Louis Lawler and maybe just holding the lead over Jordan Catchpole here. Tom Hamer really gone for this one. Said trying to make his way into that English Commonwealth Games team. You have to be somewhere under the 2-minute mark, the qualification standard for that team for Tom Hamer. And he's really gone for this one. George Kelman-Johns going really well though in lane number 5. Jordan Catchpole probably in 3rd position. Louis Lawler. And Tom Hamer now coming to the end. He's really gone out for this one very hard. Just going to be around about the 2-minute mark, I think, for Tom Hamer. 2-minute point 39 for Tom Hamer. 813 points for him. George Kelman-Johns, a very good swim for him. 201.70. He gets in 2nd position. And in 3rd place, it looks like Jordan Catchpole just ahead of Louis Lawler. Now, in terms of position, Tom Hamer takes that one. George Kelman-Johns in 2nd. Jordan Catchpole and Louis Lawler in 3rd and 4th. 813 points, 787 and 760 for the top 3. I wonder if we'll see anyone dip under the 2-minute mark tonight. In summary of all the heats, Tom Hamer will be at the top, just on that 2-minute mark. He would love to get underneath the 2-minute mark. As with George Kelman-Johns, Jordan Catchpole and Louis Lawler, promises to be an excellent final. Well, that is the final swimming action for the World Para Series this morning. It's been another day of very close races. I do enjoy the distance races. We see some good finishes here, and I'm hoping for some faster times tonight as well as the swimmers come back. It's going to be an excellent evening of finals. Those finals will start here in Aberdeen at 1700 hours UK time, so please join us then. Remember, 5 o'clock in the evening UK time. It's going to be another cracking night of finals, so don't miss it. We'll see you then.
Attention, please. Here's something I bet you didn't know. Not all supplements are created equal. At HealthSpan, our omega-3 oil is sustainably sourced from the South Pacific Ocean. We find our turmeric on the southern slopes of India. And our cod liver oil comes from the cold, crisp seas of Greenland. We work hard to seek out the best ingredients for all our supplements, because that's the HealthSpan way. We're healthspan.co.uk. Vitamins and supplements in-store or direct to your door.
SIM-only plans? There are always so many tempting options. So you jump headfirst into a long contract, which keeps you locked in for 12 months.
Somebody let me
At Labara, we offer great value plans and total flexibility. You can get 10 gigs of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 a month. And you can change or cancel anytime.
Now I feel free.
Buy now at labara.co.uk.
Are they about to triple their gold medal total tonight? It's an all-British podium on home soil.